Well, hey guys, did you know that CeraVe snuck out a few new skincare products kind of under the radar? I had no idea about this, and some of you mentioned, please review CeraVe's new acne control line. So today's video, I'm going to be reviewing this line. It's basically a leave-on gel and a cleanser. I'm going to be going through the ingredients, telling you what they do, what they're good for. I'm going to be explaining how to use these products. And as always, most products marketed for a specific condition can be used for other things as well. So I'm going to explain who else might benefit from using these products. All right, the Acne Control Cleanser. This is a 2% salicylic acid face wash. Salicylic acid is a fantastic ingredient for controlling oiliness. It can help remove some sun-damaged skin cells. And if you have acne, it can not only help treat existing breakouts, prevent breakouts in the future, improving the appearance of post-acne marks and preventing a lot of post-acne marks. It concentrates in the pore, exfoliates the pore, keeping it clear and preventing clogging, which ultimately would lead to breakouts. Now, I always get questions, is salicylic acid in a face wash effective when you're just leaving it on for a short amount of time? It is. I mean, it's oil loving, so it gets down into the pore, and then you rinse off the cleanser residue, and you still have that active ingredient that are going to work in your favor. A lot of leave-on salicylic acid products, they are drying, especially initially, and using a cleanser is a good way to derive the benefit from salicylic acid without as many of the drying side effects. It's a gel cleanser that foams. How is this different from their skin renewing SA cleanser? What CeraVe has done is basically remarketed this for an acne demographic, and the advantage of that is that they can call it an acne treatment because salicylic acid is on the FDA monograph as an acne treatment. So you'll notice a key difference between the two cleansers is that salicylic acid is now called out separate in on the ingredient list as an active ingredient, and they disclose the percentage strength. Another key difference with the acne control cleanser is the ingredient hectorite, a clay that will help absorb excess oiliness, making this cleanser particularly suitable for oily skin types. It has the same surfactants that the SA Renewing Cleanser does. And to help with the drying side effects, it's got ceramides and hyaluronic acid. These ingredients can be left behind on the skin to impart better moisture retention and improve dryness and irritation. The Acne Control Cleanser also has another great ingredient, niacinamide. Niacinamide is a B vitamin. It is water soluble, so again, I really question to what extent it's beneficial in a cleanser, but it's in there. Niacinamide is really good if you have acne because it actually has been shown to be helpful for controlling oiliness, diminishing the appearance of pores. It's anti-inflammatory. It also can improve hyperpigmentation and redness. So this is a logical ingredient in any kind of acne product because it's not only going to help with existing acne, but it's also going to help with post-acne marks, whether that be redness or hyperpigmentation. Who else could benefit from using this besides people with acne? If you are looking to improve the appearance of sun damage, this is a great product to consider incorporating into your skincare routine. It can improve the look of hyperpigmentation when used consistently, and it's anti-inflammatory. It can help in improving the appearance of clogged pores, textural irregularities. If you have a deeper skin tone that tends to heal with hyperpigmentation, salicylic acid is something to seriously consider as your exfoliant of choice. It has a long-standing track record of being safe in deeper skin tones. How do you use a salicylic acid cleanser? You can actually use it up to twice a day, but when you use a salicylic acid cleanser, you want to be mindful to avoid getting it around your eyes because it is drying, and it's going to be particularly drying and irritating if used around the delicate skin of the eyelids. Some people can tolerate it on their neck, but others cannot. Remember, the skin on the neck is pretty thin as well. Now, some people tend to get acne breakouts there and do just fine with a salicylic acid cleanser, whereas for other people, it ends up being too drying for the skin of the neck. A salicylic acid cleanser, honestly, is kind of a dime a dozen. There are tons of them out there on the market. But what I like about the CeraVe cleansers is they're not overly drying whatsoever. I've always thought that their formulations for their cleanser backbones has always been on point. It doesn't strip the moisture barrier, so it's very good in that sense. You have those good ingredients, which in theory can be deposited on the skin after rinsing the cleanser off and leave some moisturizing properties and help the moisture barrier along. And also CeraVe products are free of fragrance. But there are a lot of other good salicylic acid cleansers out there that also are free of fragrance and not overly drying. Okay, let's move on to the Acne Control Gel. This is a 2% salicylic acid leave-on product. The advantage of salicylic acid left on the skin as opposed to rinsed off in the cleanser is that you're gonna get results faster. However, the disadvantage is that it's going to be more likely to cause dryness and irritation. However, I have to give kudos to CeraVe because they really did a fantastic job formulating the vehicle that this is in. And by vehicle, I mean all of the inactive ingredients that go into the product to make it something that you can actually put on your face. This product is pretty moisturizing. It's got ceramides, it also has niacinamide, which is good for the moisture barrier, and it has hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, which is a humectant to help hold on to hydration, and it's got polyhydroxy acids, gluconolactone, which can help improve the moisture barrier. People with oily skin tend to do well with gel vehicles. However, some gel vehicles are formulated with low molecular weight alcohols, which are fine. They're wonderful ingredients. They help enhance penetration of other active ingredients. They also help in making a formulation which is fast absorbing, quick dry, and doesn't feel greasy. Unfortunately, low molecular weight alcohol formulations can be more drying. There are no drying alcohols in this, so you don't have to worry about that. But the formula is pretty lightweight and fast absorbing and is not greasy, but is simultaneously moisturizing. If you have oily skin, you have to ignore the idea that things that are moisturizing make you oily. The only things that make you oily are your hormones, your genetics, and in some cases inflammation. But moisturizing has nothing to do with sebum production. And having dry skin does not necessarily mean that you're not going to have oiliness at the same time. There's two separate things. And when it comes to acne, anything that dries out the skin surrounding the pore and everything can actually end up worsening the acne because it just creates a lot of irritation and more inflammation in the skin and is not helpful. So you really want good moisturizing ingredients. This also has alpha hydroxy acids, glycolic and lactic acid. Alpha hydroxy acids, unlike salicylic acid, are water loving, so they don't concentrate in the oily pore. What they do is they exfoliate the top dead layer, and they also help enhance penetration of other active ingredients. So you're gonna get better uptake of the salicylic acid because you have those alpha hydroxy acids in this as well. They're just kind of smoothing things out, allowing for better access into the pore of the salicylic acid. And they also are helpful in helping to hasten the clearance of hyperpigmentation, which is common with acne. It often heals with dark marks. This product is not only wonderful for treating acne breakouts and preventing them, but it also is wonderful for treating and preventing post-acne dark marks, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Because of the hydroxy acids and the salicylic acid, they help prevent those dark marks from forming. Now, in contrast to the cleanser, this, because it has alpha hydroxy acids, this actually can make you a little bit more sensitive to the sun. It really can affect that minimal erythematous dose. That is why this comes with a sunburn warning as required by the FDA. So you obviously want to make sure that you wear sunscreen, but you should be doing that anyways. And because this has hydroxy acids, if you do have a deeper skin tone, you may want to be extra conservative with something like this because deeper skin tones are a little bit more likely to develop that kind of irritation that ultimately actually ends up causing hyperpigmentation. So I would say for people with medium to deep skin tones, be cautious with this. It doesn't mean you can't use it, but you just want to make sure that you are really conservative with how much you use and how frequently you use it. So let's talk about how to use it. Technically, you can use this product up to 3 times a day, but I don't suggest doing that from the get-go. I suggest introducing this into your skincare routine very slowly, especially if you are naive to hydroxy acids. If you've been using leave-on hydroxy acids like the Paula's Choice BHA exfoliating peel or anything else leave-on that's BHA or AHA, then this isn't going to be an issue for you in getting started with it, and you can go ahead and start using it at that same frequency. You'll adapt to it much quicker. If you are naive, however, to a leave-on hydroxy acid, I suggest starting this very slowly. At nighttime, after you cleanse the skin and apply your moisturizer, allow the moisturizer to absorb fully, and then just apply a pea-sized amount. You don't actually have to apply this to the entire face, although you certainly can. You can just apply it to problematic areas if you want to, like the forehead, the jawline, the cheeks, wherever you have a lot of acne or hyperpigmentation or whatever it is that you're hoping to address with this product. You can just apply it there as a spot treatment. I do strongly suggest However, making sure that you do not get this around your eyelids. And as an added step of precaution, you may want to put some Vaseline on your eyelids to prevent this from getting on the thin skin of the eyelids. If it does, it will cause a lot of dryness and irritation and is quite uncomfortable actually. Just try using it once a week for a few weeks, see how you tolerate it, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. And then maybe increase to 3 nights a week. Now, after that, if you're doing really well with it, not having irritation or problems, then go up to nightly. And if you are somebody who has oily skin and a lot of active acne and you're not getting overly dried out from this, which the formula is pretty moisturizing, so it really helps counterbalance that dryness and irritation actually quite nicely. If you do have a lot of active acne that you're trying to treat, then go ahead and bump up to using it 2 times a day. At nighttime, nightly, and then try using it in the morning. If you wash your face in the morning, after you wash your face, apply a moisturizer and then put this on in the same fashion. Allow it to absorb fully, and then critical after that is that you put sunscreen on, because this will make you more sensitive to the sun. If you are using a topical retinoid at nighttime, whether it be prescription, tretinoin, tazarotene, prescription or over-the-counter adapalene, or if you are using a retinol or retinaldehyde, these are forms of topical vitamin A, then I don't suggest using this along with that at nighttime. You can work this into your skincare routine around that. Either do it in the morning, or if you're somebody who uses your retinol just a few times a week, you don't use it every night, then use this on the off nights. That would be another way to incorporate this. Aside from acne, if you are looking to improve the appearance of skin textural issues, roughness, dry patches, etc., this would be a good product to introduce into your routine, again, as I've outlined here how to do so, because it has hydroxy acids which will address those issues. And a lot of other products on the market that are marketed more for, you know, rejuvenating, anti-aging, what have you, have basically the same ingredients. Like Paula's Choice AHA, BHA peel, kind of similar family of ingredients to this. So you don't necessarily have to be treating acne to benefit from using this. It can improve the look of sun damage, discoloration. It can improve the look of sunspots. If you deal with milia, especially on the cheeks or the nose, this is a good product to introduce into your routine. It can kind of help hasten the clearance of milia. This is not inexpensive. It's a drugstore product, but it's not inexpensive. It's $17.99 for 1.35 ounces. If that is out of your budget, I would suggest instead the Peach Slices Acne Exfoliating Toner. This is $10.99 for 4 ounces. And it's got similar ingredients in that it's got 2% salicylic acid, glycolic and lactic acids as well. The advantage of this, however, over a toner like the Peach Slices one is, in my opinion, anything that has substance, whether it be a gel, a lotion, or a cream, I just find that it can be a lot easier to apply than a liquid. But that's just a matter of personal preference. I find sometimes liquids, you can end up, depending on how you apply them, you can end up getting more in one area and less in another. I just find it's easier to get an even mono layer with something that has more substance to it. But otherwise, both products are great. Yet another fantastic product from CeraVe. I have nothing negative to say about these, aside from maybe the price is a little bit too high for the gel, but definitely a great product nonetheless. Comment below, did you guys know that these existed? Have you tried them? Let me know what your experience has been. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.